Daddy's Bengals, that's the team we're gonna cheer.
It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but don't fear. Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today it's week 3 and two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a second-round pick back in April's draft.
And a good start out of the gate. 2 games played, teams at 1-1, and he's played about as well as you expect a rookie quarterback to play. But what's been emphasized on the team and by the head coach, everyone else, raise your level around him and help this young man along.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and a yard. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First down. A gain of 4 yards. And
they run once more with Taylor. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
In motion right is Pittman. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Brings up third and 3.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That's good for our Bengals. First down. First and 10 at the 40.
They go right back to the ground here in Brown. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Another Bengals first down.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he's got it down to the 28. Now a second and 6.
Down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Now a handoff up the middle. Key. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Up third and 3.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Calvin Austin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon.
7. Colts nothing.
Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
17 yards. First down, Indianapolis.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. That'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
On the counter, it's Taylor. And he stopped immediately there. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. You talk about this Bengals defense. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the NFL here in the early going. All signs point to me towards them continuing that throughout the season. They look pretty good, pretty darn cohesive to me.
11 yards for number 11.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
First down. First and 10 at
the first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to pump the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
At the Bengals' 21-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
At the 7-yard line.
They'll run here with Taylor. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Demetrius Knight, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Under pressure, they got him again. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
It's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Patterson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Another run for Brown on second down. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. You look at this Colt defense, and they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. Here's 3rd and 3. As they've got it as we resume action. Open man is Higgins. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Gain of 12 yards. And the Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Bengals at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd.
Now it's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 49 yards rushing for him now to this point. Now 2nd and 3. They go to the ground again to Taylor. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
And nothing much materializing there in the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The carry here for the big tight end. The last 3 plays have resulted in gains of 1, 2, and now 3 yards here. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Now 3rd and 5.
He'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against Jacksonville, and they lead this one as well right now out in front here. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Across the formation, he hits Austin. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34.
First down.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. A short one there, caught by Likely. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the Colts 32.
He'll give this up the middle to Brown. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
He's tackled at the 29.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he is caught. He's going to have the 1st down and more than that. Now he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Calvin Austin with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys are able to extend their lead. In the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this 1st half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game. And I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Colts 3.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. He's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up?
That's good.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. That's to his tight end, Tyler Warren. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now 3rd down and 7.
A 2-yard loss.
They'll set up to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 20-yard line.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. They'll look to run with Taylor. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So they were stuffed on first down, stuffed again on second.
And normally you throw the ball on second down on play action, so here on third down, I'm going to my team and saying, let's line up and let's go out and get it. I get my best running play called, and I go after him one more time.
No gain on the play, and what to do now on fourth and goal. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Patterson's kick is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. The first couple of weeks of the regular season were wild, to say the least. What about week 3? Let's jump in. Our trip through the NFL starts now. At Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, we find the Falcons at home to take on the Baltimore Ravens. And this is C.D. Lamb. He's going to haul it in middle of the field, and from there, it's a foot race, and they won't catch him. Chalk it up as a 67-yard touchdown. With that, a look at the rest of the scores here in a busy week number 3. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Gets past one man. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Bengal offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
Still first down.
clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive.
Offense.
Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
Still first down.
Up the middle they go. Key. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
He's tackled at the
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
And the Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. He's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now.
A gain of 2.
Here's a second and 8. Now a handoff up the middle. Key. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
That's good for a Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. Now a run here off the RPO, and he'll keep it. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
31-yard line.
An inside give, Brown. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. 61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
This is Brown going up the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
At the 2-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And McPherson on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6.
That's the score.
So that drive spans 13 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. It was a small, magical spread to overcome. A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want to get the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw here. A short one there, caught by Warren. And he is going to have a Colts first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
That's good.
They'll look to throw now on first down. A short one there, caught by Warren. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
And the Colts first down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Now he's going to step up and run. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Colts first down. A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Indianapolis.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, he'd had success earlier in the drive keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That one finds Pierce right side. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
4th down and less than a yard.
Back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Colts take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. He's got it. They're back within a score. It's 8-21-13. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
14 yards. And the Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Robinson up the middle. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Burrow will throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
It's 3rd and 11.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Colts offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored when their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
No gain on play. 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They run once more with Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Colts. First down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 134 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. Make it, taking it with an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Another Colts. First down. 1st and goal, Indianapolis.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Giddens will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
So here we go. The Colts will go for 2.
The Colts will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the 36.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and
Here's Burrow. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On the counter, this is Robinson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 42-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. He finds Austin complete. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
That's a gain of 8.
From midfield now, Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Results in a 4th
The
down.
Bengals bring out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And this one's high, but not very far. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. The Colts offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They're going to look to throw. That's to Warren. He's tight end. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
17 yards brings up 2nd down.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
And it brings up
They'll look to throw here. And this taken in by Downs. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Burrow looking to pass. A short one there, caught by Likely. Here's 2nd and a yard. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And we're getting down to the 47 here. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Burrow. Throw left side complete to Chase. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Handing it off to Brown. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. For the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. That's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
That's good for a Bengals first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Right back to Brown. Well, he is going to be smothered in the backfield again as he ran into a wall there. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This is 3rd and goal. Now Burrow. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. McPherson's kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
So the Colts now down 24-21, a minute 8 to go. And they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. They'll come up now on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Intended for Jonathan Taylor. Incomplete.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Back to throw. Pass complete to Taylor. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And it is caught. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. But this offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. They'll look to throw. And that one too wide and incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way to the football. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt